My guest is Ron Thulin, and Ron is the play-by-play announcer for the Dallas Wings on Fox Sports Southwest. The Wings have punched their ticket to the playoffs, and so I wanted to get Ron to give us just a little bit of a playoff preview. So first of all, tell us where the Wings stand in the standings, and then what that's going to mean as to where they play.
Well, the good news is they are in the playoffs, and they are the 7th seed, which is good. So if they go to Washington and they win, then they'll stay on the road. They could be on the road as many as 13 days before they would have a home game if they continue to win in the playoffs. But what I like about this team, they're going to be a tough out because they match up with a lot of teams outside of, like, say, Minnesota. I mean, they beat Los Angeles, so they match up with them. And, of course, it gets reseeded after every round. But I like this team because they present a lot of problems. They have the Glory Johnson, who's impossible to guard. They have Skylar Diggins-Smith, who's huge. And you have the 2 rookies that have just played outstanding this season. So I think this is a tough team. And I don't think anybody wants to play them in the playoffs.
Well, one of the things that's been interesting to me, too, is the Wings have fortunately gotten healthier as the season has gone along. And one of the things I think we've seen is Aerial Powers coming on. Now, you know, she sat out for a long time, and it's never easy to get your footing once you come back. What have you seen from her that makes you think, okay, there's somebody nobody wants to guard?
Energy, and enthusiasm. I mean, let's take the game they just played with New York. She comes in, she provided some energy, she had a couple of big baskets, but then in the last minute and a half of the ball game, she was playing one-on-one defense, and she was screaming, and she was down low, and the team was kind of looking like, yeah, we got to do that too. And I think the team feeds off this young lady. That's the way she is off the court too. She's got an infectious personality, but I think the fact that she can hit the 3, she can rebound, she can drive, she can pass, and she can play defense. That's one of the tougher matchups, I think, for teams, just because her size and her athletic ability, along with all those other attributes.
Obviously, the Wings would like to do well this year, and certainly they stand a good chance. But when you look at the youth and the depth, is there a case to be made that this team could be really good in the next couple of years?
Well, you know, I've been talking to not only the coach but also the general manager, to Fred Williams and Greg Bibb, the general manager. This is a team that could be getting a player that is in Australia right now, who played obviously in Tulsa, taking the year off. And if she comes, that's a difference maker because she's a big, and she is so talented. And you combine that with the 5 newcomers we had this year, the 4 rookies, and obviously Kayla Thornton, and then you have Karima Christmas-Kelly. You've got Glory Johnson. All of a sudden, you look down, you go, we're 10 deep. I mean, 10 deep. We have 2 #1 units. And that's why this team's going to be so good in the next couple of years. If people don't understand how good this team can be, I mean, there are times this year, and you saw it, there were 4 rookies on the court. And there was one time there were 4 rookies and Kayla Thornton on the court. And you're going, oh my goodness. I mean, we had Sanaya Chong playing the last minute and 30 seconds of a game against Los Angeles at the point. Against Los Angeles, the defending champion. You've got a rookie. And you're going, what is Fred thinking? But Fred's philosophy is we've got to put them in these situations so they continue to grow. So these players are going to do nothing but get better. And especially during this playoff situation, I think this team's going to grow up even more.
Well, and I love the matchup. If you can play Sanaya Chong and Skylar Diggins together, you now free up Skylar Diggins to get her shot, and you've got some tremendous
Because
options.
then she can play the 2. She doesn't have to carry the ball that much, and she can, because Skylar is so good without the basketball. If you ever follow her, and I think all these years I've been doing basketball, I watch people without the ball. I think Glory Johnson has moved incredibly well without the basketball, and Skylar's one of those too. She'll fight through the picks, and she's not afraid to take the forearms and the headbutts and the shivs and all this. She's not afraid to do that. So if she doesn't have to worry about, you know, running a play, and all she has to do is get to a certain spot, that's going to make her even better than 20 points a game.
And she's pretty good as it is, all-star this year. And the Wings have a lot to look forward to next year, but the reason we did this today is don't want to forget about it this year. They're headed to the playoffs. With Ron Thulin for the Fort Worth Weekly, I'm Rush Olson.